Hello, time for another Man in Great book review. Today's book is Information Desk, an Epic by Robyn Schiff, published in 2023 by Penguin Books. It's 144 pages long. When Robyn Schiff graduated from college, very shortly after that, she got a job working at the information desk at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City, America's largest and most visited art museum. And her experiences there some 20 years ago formed the framework for this book-length poem. It's called an epic because it really is an epic poem, because it deals with a whole range of subjects, including the uneasy alliance between capitalism and art. After all, the Metropolitan Museum was founded by 19th century robber barons who made their fortunes forcing children to work long hours in dangerous factories and basically crushing any kind of competition, so they set up monopolies. Of course, at one point, Andrew Carnegie controlled about 90% of the steel manufacturing in the world, and that was also true of John D. Rockefeller with oil refinery. So there's a whole section here about the kind of uneasy alliance between big business and money and the individuality of art. Also, being a woman, she deals with the male domination of art. The art world has always been dominated by men. Perfect example of that is the fate of Josephine Hopper, Edward Hopper's wife. Josephine Hopper was also an artist, dealing mostly with watercolors, and her husband really denigrated her work and tried to keep her from becoming an artist. Although she continued to work in promoting his career, she also did her own art on the side. And after Edward died in 1967, Josephine donated his work and her own to the Whitney Museum of Art. Well, they displayed Edward's work right away, but Josephine's work was stashed in a basement of the Whitney Museum and forgotten for over 30 years. It was only around the year 2000 that it was rediscovered, and it's only recently that Josephine Hopper's work has been displayed. So that's a good example of kind of the male domination of the art world. No matter how talented you are, if you're a female, you have to swim against the current, and that's one of the issues that's reflected in here, along with the sexism and sexual harassment that Schiff had to deal with as a worker at the information desk and among the male colleagues in the museum. The book also goes through various parts of the history of art. Being working at the Metropolitan Museum, she had access to parts of the museum that regular visitors never get to see, and so she goes into some of that as well. It's a really fascinating poem, and it's very accessible. One of the interesting things, too, is that there's separate sections. There's three big sections to the poem, and they're set off by a smaller section excuse me, that deals with, of all things, the life cycle of gall wasps. Now, if you don't know what that is, the gall wasps have a fairly horrific life cycle. When the female gets ready to lay eggs, she finds a caterpillar and stings it, and it paralyzes the caterpillar, and then she lays her eggs on the body of the caterpillar, and when the eggs hatch out, they burrow their way inside the caterpillar and slowly eat the caterpillar alive. They're careful to eat around the nervous system so they don't kill the caterpillar until right at the very end. So imagine being paralyzed and being eaten alive. This, of course, is a metaphor for, I think, the way she felt working in this museum complex. So if you are interested in art and contemporary poetry, I think you'll find this book very fascinating. It's a well-written, very accessible work, and it's very thought-provoking as well. The book is Information Desk, an Epic. The author is Robyn Schiff. This has been another Man in Great book review. Thanks for watching.